You've seen the reveal of our new Alpha 1 amp variant for BMWs with Harman Kardon and MGU head units. But now it's time to show you how to install it on a G20. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. Our team over in Poland decided to film this install. So Mac, our audio guru for Beamer Tech and Alpha 1, is going to be doing the installation. Patrick, our video guy over there, is going to be doing the filming. I'm going to be doing the narration, and you are going to learn how to install this amp on your G20. This amp far outperforms the HK amp that's in your BMW. Not only is this amp custom tuned for your specific BMW, but also your ears and the music that you prefer to listen to. To learn more information about this amp, click on the link in the description. To keep this just an installation video, let's dive right into it. Quick disclaimer though, we suggest watching this video all the way through before attempting the install on your G20. There are a few steps that we did that could have been done earlier to save time, so to avoid backtracking, just give it a full watch. Mac, take it away. Let's do a quick unboxing to show you just what you get with this kit. First off, the amazing amp itself. You'll also get your power and ground cables, a bag of incidentals and hardware, the bolt-on bracket, which is already attached to this amp, a secondary bracket that's needed, and the plug-and-play harness. Now we have to disconnect the battery. Start by popping the trunk and removing the floor panel. In most cases, the battery will be visible, but this G20 has a spare tire, so you need to remove a few more panels and the tire itself to get access to the battery. Once visible, remove the negative battery terminal with a 10mm socket, which you can find in our Beamer Tech DIY Essentials kit. Next, remove these anchor points with a T40 bit. The plastic covers hinge up by lifting from the bottom. With the Beamer Tech trim tool, remove the 4 fasteners holding the back panel down. Pull up the weather stripping like so, and lift the panel out. Remove the 4 fasteners on the side panel. Once they are all out, remove the panel. Now this storage tray. Remove the 2 10mm plastic nuts in the bottom and pull the tray out. Remove the 3 8mm nuts holding the RAM module down. For the last one, Mac found it helpful to remove the black connector. Push in the center tab and rotate the arm down. Pull it down and set it aside. Take the Alpha 1 amp and slide it onto the studs like so. Secure it with the same 8mm nuts you took off. In your kit, find this plastic socket and press it into this hole in the body of the G20 here. This will allow you to secure a bolt here later. Now we need to relocate the RAM module to the second bracket. Start by very carefully cutting back some of the tape on the main harness. We'll need the extra slack. Again, be very careful. Place the RAM module onto the bracket like so. In your kit, take the 3 8mm nuts we supply and secure the RAM module to the bracket. Let's get it connected. Take the Alpha 1 plug-and-play harness and plug the green connector into the RAM module. Start with the arm up, then rotate it down to lock it into place. Then take the female connector that says RAM module and lock the BMW connector into it the same way. Remove this 10mm nut. If you find you don't have enough slack, you might want to cut back more tape, but in this case, Mac decided to just unplug everything and trim back later. Once you have enough slack, the first thing you'll want to do is plug in this Ethernet harness like so, and then the antenna cable. Place the assembly in position like so. Reinstall the 10mm nut. Take the 8mm screw from the Alpha 1 kit and secure it into the socket here. Tighten everything down. Now grab the Alpha 1 plug-and-play harness one last time and start plugging in the amp. Each connector can only go in one way. If you want, you can plug in this remote in-out harness. This is used if you ever want to install an external trunk sub. Even if you don't have a sub, it's best for you to plug it in so you don't lose it should you change your mind later. If you did end up disconnecting them before, reconnect the rest of the harness. Green connector to the RAM module, and BMW connector to the female side of the Alpha 1 harness that says RAM module. Now to plug in the booster, which is the unit below the amp. Disconnect the main connector by pressing in the tab and rotating the arm. Take the connector and secure it into the booster female connector on the Alpha 1 harness. Take the male side of the Alpha 1 harness and place that into the booster and rotate the arm to lock it. Now we have to assemble the power connector. This will change in the future, so you may find yours is already put together. If you have one of the early ones that's not, take the ground cable, which is brown, and slide it into the ground or GND slot on the power connector, and use a screwdriver to secure it tightly. Take the red power cable and slide that into the other slot, which is labeled plus 12 volts. Tighten it down just as tight. Now, Mac, you just plug it in, right?
Yeah, buddy. We'll cut that.
Okay, easy fix. Just remove this 10mm nut to get some space and insert the power cable. Sorry about that. Reinstall the 10mm nut again. To install the ground, locate this grounding point and remove the 10mm nut. Neatly slide the ground terminal over the stud and reinstall it. For the positive side, neatly run the cable like so. Remove the nut from the positive battery terminal. Slide the Alpha 1 terminal onto the stud like so, and resecure the nut. Reconnect the negative battery terminal. To finalize everything, use some cable ties to secure the positive cable to the existing harnesses. Then hook up the adapter cable, which is just used for future-proofing the amp if it's ever needed. And then finally, the USB cable, which will be used to digitally access the amp for tuning should you need to. Time to reassemble. First, the storage tray and the 2 plastic nuts. Next, the side panel. Make sure you feed the USB cable through the storage tray cutout so you can have quick access to it. Just coil it up and place it in the tray. Reinstall the anchor points and fasteners. Reinstall the back panel and 4 fasteners. If applicable, replace all of the spare tire and other trunk floor trim and panels. Finally, reinstall the weather stripping and you're done. Now crank up the tunes and enjoy. So there you have it. That's how you install our new amp variant on your BMW with Harman Kardon and MGU head unit. As you can see, it's really easy to do yourself with our BeamerTech DIY Essentials Kit and trim tool kits. However, if you don't feel comfortable installing it yourself, you can find one of our certified installers near you. We have them in about 30 countries around the world. And hey, if you're in the Orlando, Florida area, well then stop on by and we can do it for you. Of course, if you have any problems or questions during the install or even after, make sure you give us a call and our support team will be happy to assist. For more tips and tricks, product reviews, and so much more for BMWs, Minis, and Supras, make sure you subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell. And hey, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Thanks for watching.